Welcome to Hump Day Real Estate with Kendell. We just had our special guest on, Joseph Jones, a real estate investor. It looks like he has some technical difficulties. We'll give him a few seconds and see if he jumps back in. Hope you folks are doing great out there. It's pouring down rain in here in Maryland right now. And I know everybody's running wild because they're speaking of a recession coming. We don't know what's going on, but what we do know is that people will continuously need housing. Folks will buy and sell houses. That won't stop. That's going to be a thing. It slows down, it won't stop. You have military folks that are engaging, going in and out, getting different assignments. You have people losing jobs, unfortunately. You have death. There's a lot of different things that makes the real estate market continuously be an arena that there will always be action. Without shelter, what will folks do? So we know that real estate is a sound investment. From 2008 till today, probably most homes that lost their equity have regained that equity back plus an additional 30%. So an average townhouse in Maryland that maybe once been selling for 165 is now selling for upwards 280 to 300,000, depending on the area. So we have to be mindful, folks, that real estate is kind of a sound investment. The major necessity for us folks are water, shelter, and food. And as we even saw in the in 2008, 2010, in that recession era, the restaurants were booming. Wasn't a lot of craziness going on there, causing it. There may be some folks that took some losses, but if you go back and look at the numbers, people still purchased food, although they wasn't having the best of situations. They still purchased food, and housing still sold. It's just that some of the people that there wasn't a lot of people jumping in the market. But there's JoJo, that's my man. Well, he jumping on with us. He's pretty busy out there. He's doing his thing, got all kinds of stuff going on. And looks like he's driving right now. I don't know how he's driving, it's raining out there. Oh, it's sunshine where he's at though. I don't know where he is.
It's a mixture of sunshine and rain and clouds and everything else.
Hey, that's life right about now, right? That's like every day.
Yeah, that sounds like the market.
That's about every day. Tell me, JoJo, man, you jumped into the real estate arena around what time? About what year?
2016.
2016, you jumped in. What got you interested?
Honestly, I've always been interested in real estate itself. I didn't know in what capacity I wanted to be involved in real estate. But you know, I inherited a house. So because I inherited the house, I became a landlord. And so that's the side that I first got started in with real estate, just being a landlord.
Gotcha. And you've been flipping homes now. How many homes have you flipped?
6.
6 homes you flipped. Tell us, how is that process, man? I know it's nuts out there dealing with contractors and all of that stuff. Uh-oh, looked like connection got lost again. So there you go.
I mean, the process really starts with knowing what a deal is, knowing how to spot a deal, and knowing how to go for that deal that you found. That's where it starts at, knowing how to secure the funding, and knowing what the rehab costs are. So
So,
that's where it actually starts.
so let me ask you, because I was in R, have been in R with some of the deals that you've actually ran up on as an investor who's only done 6 deals. You've gotten some deals in the market where it's tough for other investors to get deals. Tell me a little bit about how you were able to get some of those and how well they went for you. That's like the Gwen Falls deal.
So Gwen Falls deal. Actually, I did 2 projects on Gwen Falls.
The one
And
close to the
both,
Hilton.
so the one close to the Hilton is the one that I got both of them the same way.
Okay.
Honestly, actually, no, I didn't. One was through a wholesaler, and one was through actually me just starting a conversation in a room full of people that I knew was in the same arena of real estate.
Gotcha.
So with that being said, it really all starts with a conversation with
Gotcha.
any homeowner, any person that holds a distressed property.
Gotcha. So if there was folks out there right now and they're just homeowners, the regular folks, and they're looking for somewhere to invest, would you advise them to jump into the resale market, the flip game, or would it be other avenues that you would probably tell folks to take a look at? He went out again.
In this market, because of housing prices are up. That is no secret. So I would say start with a flip, because it makes most sense to do a flip. If the market changes to a buyer's market, I say that's when you switch to start doing rental, building your portfolio, doing rental properties. That way you buy them low and you fix them up and let it appreciate. So when it becomes a seller's market again, maybe you can restart the whole cycle.
Can I give my opinion on that one?
Absolutely.
So I'm thinking another way in regards to that, and only because I think it's just so hard for anybody jumping in to really find a good deal that I think that I think they're calling it what, the broad
strategy.
Broad strategy, where to actually go in and maybe get the house, find one that needs a little bit of renovation that actually leave you enough equity to refinance out and then cash out $20,000, $30,000. And although it's in a market where the prices are higher, now with the $20,000, $30,000 that you net from that refi, now you don't have to pay taxes and all that on that property. So you made $30,000 and now you also have a rental. So I push for that a little bit more than I push for somebody to be a flipper. But like I say, I tell you all the time, man, you've been doing a wonderful job out there, because I just can't gut what you've been able to accomplish.
Well, I do appreciate that. But the one thing I do like about real estate is nobody's strategy is wrong. As long as that strategy works for you, then that strategy works for you. So nobody's strategy is necessarily wrong. And if that's the approach you want to take, then that's the right strategy.
Hey, look, I know you got this appointment that you need to go to, man. So I'm gonna get you out of here, but we most definitely going to try to get you back in on another one so that we can fully go through and get educated by someone who is doing a wonderful job out there. This is the Asian investor, Joseph Jones, and I appreciate you, man. And we'll get you on another one, okay?
I appreciate you for having me on.
Yes, sir. Talk to you soon.
All right.
So, so one of the things that Joseph was speaking on, and what I was actually speaking on, I don't know if I can get this to come right, but this is this is how you kind of look at deals. Okay. And so ARV is an after rehab value, and we're going to use a number of 100,000, just so we can use small numbers. The potential rehab costs 20,000. Let's say the purchase price is 30,000. Now, the normal rule of thumb is to use 65% of the ARV. Most private money lender, hard money lenders will normally, if it's a good deal, they'll loan you up to this amount. And so what some people call it the Mayo most allowable offer would be about 45,000. So if you got this deal for 30,000, that would be pretty decent deal, especially with the renovation costs being 20,000. So now, one of the things what I was just explaining that I would be more interested in is that if a person can buy a deal like this, put 20,000 in, and the value would increase to 100,000, instead of actually going and doing and flipping it, dealing with the buyers, dealing with paying agent commission and all that other expense, I would say find a lender that can refinance that 100% value at 80%, which then you purchase that 30 plus $20,000 rehab. You're now at 50,000, maybe a little more. This is just for us talking. But the lender was able to cash you out at $80,000, which is 80% of $100,000. You could net $30,000 cash and pay no taxes on it. You don't have capital gains tax on that because of the refi. So now you put $30,000 in your pocket. And now this is a small amount, but again, we're using this for a number. But now let's say you're in an area that you're able to do this, but the rent is $1,600 a month. And on 80,000, let's say your payment is 1,000. That's $600 a month, and you made $30,000 on the flip and the refi. Folks, really something to think about. These are things that we really have to be mindful when we're looking at real estate and talking about wealth, because the wealth doesn't come in the flip, in my opinion. The wealth comes into the holding of the property. And once you hold the property and you've had that property for years and you figure out, like I say, but that little example right there, that's $30,000. Do that 5 times, right? And you do the math. If you do that 5 times, each mortgage ends up being $1,000 a month, but each rent end up being $1,600 a month. You got $600 after you pay your mortgage. You do have to minus some expenses. Let's just minus the expenses. There's $600. Let's take $200 off of each one. As 4 times, 5. That's $2,000 a month. But you put in your bank account already about $150,000. That's the passive income that you're looking at right there. So think about it. Like those are the things. Now, I'm not saying at all that being a landlord is easy. I've been one for almost 20 years now. It's not an easy thing. I've been through all kinds of stuff. I've lost properties and had to do deed and lieu foreclosures and all of that stuff. So I'm not saying that you can't get into some headaches there. But I will say I don't think I lost money even on those deals that I had to give back to the bank, because the way it was structured, I got the money out of the refinances that I put in. The bank had the majority of the risk. And although it wasn't a good thing to have to bail out, but sometimes you got to do what you got to do. But if somebody else is going to leverage you and take on majority of the risk while you are able to manage these properties and actually put money away, etc., it's all something that that I think folks should actually really look into as an opportunity. Everybody doesn't want to really deal with actual properties. So there are investment groups out there that you can. There's one, a guy I know, Eagle Nest. You can give them $10,000 or whatever, and they flip houses, and they share their returns with you. There are real estate investment trusts. You can find big companies that manage big apartment buildings. Grant Cardone, if you know him, big sales guru, is really a big real estate investment guy. He buys 1,000-unit apartment buildings, 2,000-unit apartment buildings in Miami and other areas that have good turnaround on tenants and stuff like that. So there's a boatload of ways to actually do it. When you own a home, you're an empty nester, or let's say you're college, you got college students, or somebody fresh. Let's say you're 21, you just had a baby, but you need somewhere to live. Well, it's just you, your baby, your boyfriend, or whatever the case may be, your husband. You can buy a house, rent out the lower level. So the person who rent out the lower level might pay your mortgage. So there's multiple ways to build wealth and also make passive income. There's a couple different things out there that folks can do. Flipping houses is okay because it gets you cash, but you got to pay capital gains on that. Capital gains is somewhere around 18%. So if I've had folks that actually flip houses, make 10,000, and after capital gains comes in, they made $6,000 on the deal. But if they had done what I've mentioned, they would have put probably 20,000 in their pocket. They just would have had the headache of finding a renter, and then once they found the renter, just whatever the rent is minus your mortgage payment, now that person has cash in the bank to do another deal, and they have a monthly residual income. Folks, we got to start thinking about different ways. Real estate really is a big one. If you go in and you do your homework and you Google and you look at 2008, 2010, the market has been low on inventory since then, but there are deals out there. Again, I'll say it, people pass away, people get divorced, people they move from state to state because of jobs or other things. Military folks are always moving around. There are opportunities in real estate at all times in every cycle. And I say to you, you really have to pay attention to what's going on in the markets, but then look to educate yourself so that you can learn. Because the stock market is okay, but if you compare the stock market to real estate, that's why you have your Robert Kiyosaki, a lot of these folks, probably even Warren Buffett, they're in the stock market, but ask them about their real estate portfolios. Folks don't like Donald Trump, real estate. That's what got him to the opportunity to be able to even become president and to be known the way he is. Real estate is what he built his wealth off of. So folks, I appreciate you for chiming in. This is Hump Day Real Estate with Kendell. Kendell One Realty Resource, a Bennett Realty Solution Company. We're signing off. Hope you guys enjoy your hump day.